All right, we're talking about something that every parent should know this morning. We have Robert DiMarco, Respiratory Director with Manning Family Children's Hospital, to talk about CPR, but specifically that some of these guidelines have changed. And to be very honest with all of you, I had my own scary scenario the other day. My daughter choked on a little toy, like costume ring jewelry. And thankfully, I did the wrong thing based on old guidelines, but the right thing based on new ones. So I guess that's good, but you're going to explain it all for us.
Yeah, so every 4 to 6 years, the American Heart Association comes out with new guidelines. And actually, in this age group, infants and children, about 7,000 out-of-hospital events happen every year.
Wow.
And it's based on, they're accident, injury-prone, putting things in their mouth, right? And it's summer, so we have to prevent accidents and injuries from happening. And one of the new guidelines that I'm going to share with you today is in the infant, the hand placement. They used to teach the 2-finger technique on the chest. They found that people weren't pushing hard enough and consistent enough. And so now we're teaching the hands encircling technique. Now this is an infant, and so this is below the age of 1. And so you would do your compressions this way, or you would use the heel of the hand to do your compression. About 50 to 60% of children who need, or infants who need CPR, are under the age of 1. And so it's really a preventative thing. For your age group, you told me you shared your daughter was 4 years old. That would be a child. And so the change for children is now, and adults, we would use the heel of our hand between the shoulder blades, and we give 5 back blows, and then the abdominal thrust, sometimes called the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, and I think that why it's so important to continue to talk about this too is, like in my instance, you panic, right? Like I saw her face changing color, but in that moment I had training, so it almost, my body just responded before my brain could catch up, and you don't want to freeze in that moment. So having training like this, it's natural. You're just going to respond quickly. And I like too, if you could explain when you take these classes, because there is that fear that you're doing it too hard because that's your baby, But this really allows you to fully feel like the clicking and to push, and you see the light, so you know if you're doing it right when you're in these classes.
Yes, these are feedback mannequins, so they tell you whether you're doing it correctly or not. And it's best to take a class every so often just to refresh those skills, because as your child ages, their bodies change, and anyone over the age of 1 is considered a child. And then after puberty, they're considered adults, which, even though our child is still 12 years old, if they've started puberty, they're considered an adult.
And so you want to be doing CPR the right way,
Correct.
And I think I'm going to take my class just to refresh, because I have had my children, when they all at some point choked when they were infants, so I reverted to the back blows. And so my brain didn't even think, oh, she's almost 4 now, what do I do for this age? I just did what I had done when they were infants.
Yes, and remember, it's summertime, so people are at pools, they're at summer camps, and so early access to CPR is going to be the best way to prevent unfortunate injuries and health. We do classes once a month. They're geared towards grandparents, parents, anyone who would want to take a CPR class, such as yourself, who doesn't need a certification.
Well, there you go. Thank you for coming in and going over this with us. Definitely going to do my class. We're going to show you a couple of upcoming classes on your screen. For more information, infant and child CPR classes, including those upcoming dates of registration, go right there. You can enter our website, WLTV.com. Thanks again for walking us through this.
Thank you.